Welcome back to another episode of Grizzly True Crime. My name is Grizzly, and today we're going to be reading through the probable cause affidavit in the Harmony Montgomery case in preparation for the upcoming trial of Adam Montgomery, who is her biological father. And from everything we've heard, even though he's innocent or proven guilty, he is a career criminal. He's already been convicted for unrelated charges. Those were weapons charges. There was a 4-day trial for that. This guy sounds incredibly abusive, and it's really sad to think that he picks on vulnerable people. Who he's been charged, as you can see, with her murder, with second-degree murder, tampering with witness informants, falsifying physical evidence, and abuse of a corpse. So, as always, this case and every other one comes with a trigger warning. But these cases involving children, they are just so much more devastating. For me, personally, I don't know about you, but for me, it hits so much harder. It's just unbelievable to imagine people hurting children like that. So what we're going to do is read through it, but I want to let you know that, as always, I cover things as sensitively as I possibly can. I have redacted one little paragraph at one of the later pages because it's just, in my opinion, too graphic. One, for my community and the way that I choose to cover true crime, because there's many ways to cover any topic on the planet. So even though a large majority of the audience, not here at Grizzly True Crime, but sometimes I get emails and comments where people are like, if you want to cover true crime, you better be ready for the graphic details. There's no reason to have that mentality. You can cover true crime in a sensitive way while respecting the victims, the families, maintaining the dignity of the victim, remembering them how they were. We are not forensic examiners or medical examiners. We are not coroners, you know what I mean? So there's just one little paragraph that I feel is just too much for the community and also for YouTube's updated policies of what one is allowed to describe about crime scenes involving children. So if other content creators are not quite aware of that yet, I hope they will be, because there are some things that are just too much to put out on the internet, and for good reason. So we're going to be reading through this. Well, I'm going to be reading it to you, so I hope you enjoy that. Wish my voice luck. Please do like and share the video. Hashtag Justice for Harmony Montgomery. Hashtag Harmony Montgomery. Hashtag, even though we don't want to say his name, Adam Montgomery trial. And you can also use the hashtag Grizzly True Crime. Remember that hashtags are not just made up, words. It actually helps to categorize things on social media all in one place. So if you follow me on X, my handle is @TrueCrimeGizzler. If you were on X and you go to the search bar and you say hashtag Harmony Montgomery, you would see that a lot of Grizzlies would have recently shared the recap of the case that I've recently done, which is linked in the description box for you, as well as the playlist. And you will see what all the latest news is for that case. So thank you for doing that. If you have done that already, make sure that you are subscribed as well, because YouTube sometimes automatically unsubscribes you because there's so many updates all the time, which I personally like, with all the changes and new features and things. So make sure that you are subscribed there. So are you ready to read through this with me? I'm showing you here the arrest warrant. We've gone over the charges that Adam Montgomery is facing. If you saw my previous episode, then you know that his attorneys are asking the judge to consider severing his trial into 2 separate trials, one for the second-degree assault charge and one for the second-degree murder charge. So if that happens, there might actually be 2 separate trials. One will be like a week to a week and a half. The other one would be 3 to 3.5 weeks. So we'll see how that goes. But let's skip now to where the probable cause affidavit starts. Please note that this content is for adults only. Viewer discretion advised. If you haven't yet, hit the subscribe, like, and share. I've skipped to page 8 because, of course, the first few pages before this would be offering all the credentials of the person who wrote up this probable cause affidavit and all of that, right? So we're just going to get to this now from page 8. If you want the full document, I'll put the link to all the documents in the description box for you. A. Harmony Montgomery reported missing. On 11/18/2021, the Manchester Police Department received a call from a woman determined to be Crystal Sorry regarding her biological daughter, Harmony Montgomery. Sorry reported that Harmony, who was in the physical custody of Sorry's ex, was missing, and that she hadn't seen Harmony in over 6 months. Sari identified her ex as Adam Michael Montgomery. An employee of the Manchester Police Department contacted DCYF and learned of previous addresses associated with Adam. Manchester police officers checked those addresses but were unable to locate Adam or Harmony. On 12/27/2021, DCYF notified the Manchester Police Department that they were also unable to locate Harmony. Consequently, the Manchester Police Department initiated an investigation into the whereabouts of Harmony. Over the following days, members of the Manchester Police Department learned that Harmony had not been physically seen since approximately October or November of 2019. Sari, who resides in Massachusetts, notified authorities that she had not seen Harmony since around Easter of 2019, approximately 04/21/2019. The child had been in the physical and legal custody of her biological father, Adam Montgomery, pursuant to a decision and order from the Lawrence Juvenile Court. Docket number, it's there for you if you want to read that docket number yourself, located in Essex, Massachusetts, dated 02/21/2019. The case was subsequently assigned to me. During my follow-up with Crystal, she explained that she had lost custody of the child in July of 2018 to the state of Massachusetts, in part due to a substance abuse issue. Crystal stated that both she and Adam had past issues with substance abuse. Crystal reported that since then, she's regained sobriety and unsuccessfully made attempts throughout 2021 to locate Adam and Harmony. Adam and his subsequent partner, Kayla Montgomery, had blocked all communication with Crystal through phone numbers and social media applications. Crystal said over the years she made attempts to locate Harmony by contacting various schools and driving by addresses associated with Adam, but she was unable to make any progress. Crystal said that she believed she last physically saw Harmony during a FaceTime video call with Adam around Easter of 2019. Crystal stated that Adam was visible in the background of the video call. Crystal recalled that Harmony seemed frightened. And if you know anything about this case, you know that Adam, they say, would sometimes, so allegedly, made her stand in the corner for hours, made her scrub the toilet with her own toothbrush, and, really punished her for anything and everything by the sounds of it. Beginning on 12/27 of 2021, members of the Manchester Police Department actively made attempts to track down Adam and to talk to involved family members to establish the last time that Harmony was physically observed and known to be safe. Officers and investigators were initially unable to make contact with Adam via phone. However, investigators were able to make contact with various family members, including parties associated with Adam who reside in Florida. Through these family members, investigators received information that Adam had previously admitted to giving Harmony a black eye in approximately July of 2019. B. First interview with Kayla Montgomery. On 12/28/2021, I spoke with Adam's wife, Kayla Montgomery. Kayla shares 3 younger children with Adam who are all presently accounted for. During my follow-up with Kayla, I asked about the last time that she had physically seen Harmony. Kayla said that sometime in November or December of 2019. She saw Harmony one morning prior to going to work. Adam said that he was driving Harmony back to Crystal, who was living in Massachusetts at the time. Kayla said that she believed Harmony had been returned to Crystal. Kayla claimed she never saw or heard about Harmony after that day, which was a complete lie, by the way, if you didn't know. We'll get to the more of the truth later. I still don't know if it's the whole truth, but she actually told more information later. Okay, Kayla had not physically seen Adam since late October of 2021, and had not spoken with him since around mid-November 2021. Kayla claimed that Adam was living in a sober house and had then left the area to live in Maine with another female. C. First contact with Adam Montgomery. On 12/31/2021, patrol officers were able to make contact with Adam and his new girlfriend, Kelsey Small, together sleeping in a vehicle in the area of Harville Street in Manchester. Investigators, including myself, Detective Kozowick and Detective Riley, responded to that location to speak with the couple. Small claimed that she had been romantically involved with Adam for over a year. Small said that she was aware that Adam has 3 children from one mother and another child from before that. However, Small said that Adam was not in touch with any child from his prior relationship. Small claimed that Adam had never talked about Harmony and she had no information on where she may be. During our interaction with Adam, we stressed our concern that Harmony had not been physically observed in over 2 years, and that we had concern for whether or not she was still alive. Adam did not exhibit much emotion or reaction to this. D. Further interview with Kayla Montgomery. Also, on 12/31/2021, Kayla Montgomery participated in a voluntary interview with Detective Riley and myself. During this interview, she spoke about the last time that she saw Harmony. In this interview, she told us that 2 days after Thanksgiving 2019, which would have been 11/30/2019, Adam had taken her to work, which she said was a 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. shift at Dunkin' Donuts on Eddy Road in Manchester. She said that while Adam was dropping her off, he said that he was bringing Harmony to her, Harmony's mom, and he was going to meet her, Harmony's mom, and bring Harmony to stay with her. Kayla said that later that day, Adam picked her up and he no longer had Harmony. He said that he had just dropped Harmony off. Kayla said that she assumed Adam dropped Harmony off in Massachusetts, as that is where Crystal was living at the time. Detectives were concerned about Kayla's account that Adam claimed that he was bringing Harmony to Crystal, especially because Crystal outright denied ever taking custody of Harmony from Adam at that time, or ever seeing Harmony following the video chat in April of 2019. The investigation revealed that in November of 2019, Crystal lived at 39 Chapel Street, number 3 in Lowell, Massachusetts with her boyfriend, Joseph Eckhart. On 12/31/2021, Joseph was interviewed and he confirmed that he was living with Crystal in 2019 and Harmony was not with Crystal at all from October 2019 to present. In fact, Joseph stated that he's never met Harmony in person. A review of DCYF involvements indicated that social workers had not viewed Harmony since the 1st of October of 2019 during a home visit with Adam Montgomery in New Hampshire. Not only have family members not seen Harmony since 2019, DCYF contacted the Manchester School District on 9/10/2021. A representative from the school district stated that Harmony was not registered in the district. E. Family court order regarding locating and protective supervision of Harmony Montgomery. On 12/31/2021, the 9th Circuit Family Division, Manchester, granted protective supervision of Harmony to DCYF from Adam via a juvenile abuse neglect ex parte order. At the time of the order, Adam had been Harmony's sole custodian. The order stated specifically that Adam was ordered to cooperate with the Manchester Police Department and assist with locating Harmony. Detective Riley served Adam with that order on the afternoon of 12/31/2021 at approximately 16:10 hours. However, Adam refused to provide any information on the whereabouts of Harmony. When handed the order by detectives and told that he had to provide information on Harmony's whereabouts, Adam said, "Either arrest me or I'm leaving," and refused to answer additional questions. Adam was arrested on charges related to Harmony on 1/04/2022 and was formally charged and arraigned on 1/05/2022. These charges consist of second-degree assault for an incident in July of 2019, interference with custody. I know it says inference, but I think they said interference with custody. I might be wrong. And 2 charges of endangering the welfare of a child. He has been detained at the Hillsborough County House of Corrections since that date. F. Kayla Montgomery's grand jury testimony. On 05/20/2022, Kayla Montgomery testified before the grand jury for Hillsborough County Northern District as part of the grand jury's investigation into the disappearance of Harmony Montgomery. Kayla was under oath for her testimony. During her testimony, Kayla was asked about the last time that she saw Harmony. She stated in sum that it was 2 days after Thanksgiving 2019, which would have been 11/30/2019, when Adam dropped her off to work her 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. shift at Dunkin' Donuts in Goffstown. Harmony was in the car, and Adam said he was bringing Harmony to her, Harmony's mother. When Adam picked Kayla up a little after 2 p.m., Harmony was no longer with Adam, and Adam said he brought Harmony to her, Harmony's mom. At this time, Kayla said that she never saw Harmony after that, and she didn't know what happened to Harmony. Another huge lie. Investigators researched Kayla's claim about the location and shift that she was working 2 days after Thanksgiving of 2019, which was 11/30/2019. All Dunkin' Donuts locations in Goffstown confirmed that Kayla was not working there on 11/30/2019. Records obtained from New Hampshire Employment Security showed that the only employer who paid Kayla in November of 2019 was a Dunkin' Donuts in Hooksett, New Hampshire, and the Dunkin' Donuts store confirmed that Kayla was fired from that location on 11/23/2019. As a result, an arrest warrant was obtained for Kayla for 2 charges of perjury. Kayla was arrested on the perjury charges on 06/03/2022. On that same day, Kayla participated in a proffer interview at Manchester Police Department. Her attorney was present for the interview. G. Kayla Montgomery's first proffer interview. During the proffer interview, Kayla admitted that she had lied during her grand jury testimony. She stated that she had information related to Harmony Montgomery. Kayla stated that the family, herself, Adam, Harmony, and the 2 younger boys, was evicted from where they were living on Guildford Street in Manchester the day before Thanksgiving of 2019, which would have been 11/27/2019. Kayla said that after that, they were living in their vehicle, which was known to be a Chrysler Sebring. During their time living out of the vehicle, they stayed in the parking lot of Colonial Village on River Road in Manchester, where their friend Anthony Badiro lived. Now, if you want to see the map time on all of these locations, check out that trial prep episode that we just recently did, which is linked in the description box for you because we went over that, okay? It's also timestamped for you. Kayla stated that from Thanksgiving up until the beginning of December, Badiro saw Harmony and the other 2 boys and would wave at them. She also said that Badiro brought them Thanksgiving leftovers while they were in the Sebring, and that he saw Harmony at the time and he and Harmony waved at each other. Kayla stated that on the day the Chrysler Sebring broke down, known to be 12/07/2019, as discussed in further detail below, Adam Montgomery struck Harmony, which caused her death. Kayla stated that while living in the vehicle together, Adam was extremely upset that 5-year-old Harmony was not saying when she needed to go to the bathroom and was having accidents in the car. Kayla stated that after each accident, Adam would get upset and would strike Harmony in the face or head with a closed fist, which is horrifying to think about. Because not like there's a bathroom there, they're living in a car. And Harmony, she knew how abusive Adam was. That's all she seemed to experience from him. So that would be a trauma response as well. The terror she must have felt. How would she even be able to verbalize it, that she needed to go? Because no matter what she said or did, it sounds like she got punished for it. Kayla stated that on 12/07/2019, and if you're only watching the premiere now or you've just skipped forward here, trigger warning, okay? This is involving a 5-year-old girl who was allegedly murdered by her dad. Kayla stated that on 12/07/2019, prior to the vehicle breaking down, Adam struck Harmony in the face or head on 3 separate occasions because she had a bathroom accident. This happened while Adam was driving the vehicle. Okay. Kayla described that Harmony was in the rear seat on the passenger side, and while Adam was driving, he turned his body and delivered sets of 3 to 4 blows with a closed fist to Harmony's face or head on 3 separate occasions over the course of a few minutes. Kayla stated that after the final blow, Adam said words to the effect of that he felt something or heard something when he hit Harmony. And I think I really hurt her this time. I think I did something. Say again, how sad is it that he said, I think I really hurt her this time? That statement in itself, even though it's just something that Kayla is now relaying, we don't have an actual recording of that or something, but that is so sad. It's, it would be if we had a recording of it, evidence of a long history of abuse. Harmony began making a moaning type noise, which went on for roughly 5 minutes and then stopped. At no time did anyone stop or get Harmony medical attention as the result of this assault. Kayla said this happened in the morning while the family was on their way to the Burger King on Route 3 in Manchester, and afterwards the family returned to the parking lot of the Colonial Village apartments. The family stayed at Colonial Village for approximately 20 minutes, during which time no one checked on Harmony. Kayla could not recall exactly what they did during this 20-minute time period. Kayla said that after approximately 20 minutes, the family left the Colonial Village apartments, and shortly thereafter, their car broke down. Kayla said that she thought the car died at probably 8 or 9 a.m. What a choice of words, The car broke down, yes. Harmony died. According to Manchester Police Department records, the car was broken down in the intersection of Elm Street and Webster Street at approximately 12:11 p.m. on 12/07/2019. Kayla said it was at that time that she and Adam discovered that Harmony was not breathing and was deceased. Kayla stated that Adam went to the trunk of the vehicle, removed clothing from a black and red Under Armour duffel bag, and placed the lifeless body of Harmony into the bag. Kayla stated that at no point did either of them have any conversation about getting any type of life-saving measures for Harmony, and that Adam simply put Harmony's dead body into the bag and walked it back to the parking lot of the Colonial Village apartments. Kayla indicated that once back at Colonial Village, Badiro drove them from the apartment complex back to their vehicle to collect their belongings before the vehicle was towed. Kayla said that Badiro then allowed them to stay in his Audi parked in the parking lot for 2 or 3 days over the weekend. Kayla stated that while they were staying in Badiro's Audi, after Harmony's death, Adam was keeping the bag with Harmony's body inside of the trunk of the vehicle, but also would leave it out on the snow to stop the decomposition of the body from happening. H. Anthony Badiro's grand jury testimony. On 03/21/2022, Anthony Badiro testified before the grand jury for Hillsborough County Northern District as part of the grand jury's investigation into the disappearance of Harmony Montgomery. During his testimony, Badiro stated that after the Montgomery family was evicted, he allowed them to stay in his car and Audi for 2 days. He said he believed it was the weekend immediately after Thanksgiving, which would have been approximately 11:30 and 12/01/2019, and he testified that he brought Thanksgiving leftovers to the car for them to eat. Badiro testified that he did not see Harmony in the Audi, that it was only Adam, Kayla, and the 2 younger boys, SM and DM. Badiro testified that he never bothered to ask where Harmony was. Badiro testified that the only 2 times he ever saw Harmony were back in August and September of 2019. Badiro testified that when the Montgomerys left the Audi after the 2 days that they stayed there, that he believed Kayla said that she was going to her mother's. In his grand jury testimony, Badiro testified that he only let the Montgomerys family stay in his Audi for 2 days, but he was not aware of whether the Montgomery family was possibly living in a different car in the parking lot to his apartment building for additional days. Badiro said that they could have stayed in their own car, the Chrysler Sebring, before it got messed up. Badiro explained that he was aware that after the Montgomerys got evicted, they had a grey Chrysler, but that they didn't have the car anymore when they arrived to stay in his Audi. He said that when they arrived to stay in the Audi, they were dropped off by some friend of theirs who was a girl, and that they didn't have anything other than the 2 boys and formula for the baby and diapers. Badiro said that they didn't have anything else, not even bags of clothes. I. Donna Demir's grand jury testimony. On 05/2022, Badiro's girlfriend, Donna Demir, also testified before the grand jury for Hillsborough County Northern District. She testified that the only time she saw Harmony was September 2019 together with Badiro. She testified about the Thanksgiving leftovers being fresh, and she believed Badiro gave them to the Montgomerys either on Thanksgiving Day 2019 or the next day. She testified that she had a brief opportunity to look inside the car that the Montgomerys were in, which she said was Badiro's car, the Audi, and that she only saw 2 younger children in the car, not Harmony. Demers was confident that Harmony was not in the car. Now, you might be confused at this point of why are they saying Thanksgiving and Kayla was saying Thanksgiving, but then later Kayla said December 7th. We're going to get to that, okay? Because the details get refined. Because remember, they asked these people these questions 2 years later, right? So, the memory was a little fuzzy, and it starts getting a little bit clearer as we go on. J. Anthony Badiro's proffer interview. On 9/22/2022, a proffer interview was conducted with Anthony Badiro. Also present was Senior Assistant Attorney General Jesse O'Neill, Detective Max Rahil, Deputy Tufts of the U.S. Marshals, Badiro's attorney Ashley Sheehan, and myself. Badiro indicated that he had met Adam Montgomery through Kayla in 2019. He admitted he did provide, I can't say those words, okay, things, substances, to the Montgomerys. Badero stated he would buy the Montgomerys food stamps off of them prior to them staying in his vehicle and after they stayed in his vehicle. Badero stated that after Thanksgiving of 2019, the Montgomerys came to him with just their 2 boys and no harmony and asked if they could stay with them due to them being evicted and their car breaking down. Badero did not recall how the Montgomerys arrived at his home. Badero stated they arrived with few belongings and recalled a trash bag. Badero offered them his Audi to sleep, which was parked in the rear of his Colonial Village apartment building located at 21 West River Drive in Manchester, New Hampshire. Badero was unclear on the timing, at first saying it was the weekend after Thanksgiving, 11:30 to 12:01, but then, when confronted with information that the Montgomerys still had their own car at that point, agreed that it may have been the following weekend, 12:07 to 12:08. He said that he provided them Thanksgiving leftovers, which would have been older leftovers if it was the following weekend, and a pizza. Badero repeatedly denied seeing Harmony and stated that he only knew that the family had been staying in the parking lot for 2 nights in his Audi. When confronted with a statement Kayla made about him seeing Harmony every day from Thanksgiving to the beginning of December and waving to Harmony and the 2 boys in the car, Badero stated she was lying. I questioned Badero about helping the Montgomerys retrieve belongings from their car when it broke down at Webster Street and Elm Street, and he stated he did not remember that happening. K. Donna Demir's proffer interview. After Badero's interview concluded, a proffer interview was conducted with his girlfriend, Donna Demers, and her attorney, Dan Duckett, present. Demers stated that she only stayed at Badero's part-time and that she primarily resided with her parents in Derry, New Hampshire. Demers recalled the Montgomerys arriving at Badero's apartment and that they appeared stressed and mostly concerned with getting substances. Demers recalled them carrying duffel bags and trash bags, and when asked if there was any color to the duffel bag, she stated she believed there was, but could not really recall any details. Demers was not aware if Badero had helped the family retrieve any of their belongings from their vehicle, which had broken down. Demers remembered Adam, Kayla, and their 2 boys arriving, but was adamant she never saw Harmony. Demers recalled bringing fresh Thanksgiving leftovers, possibly the day after Thanksgiving, to the Montgomerys when they were living out of the car. She initially recalled that the Montgomerys were living out of the Audi at the time, but when confronted with information that the Montgomerys still had their own car that weekend, 11:30 to 12:01, Demers admitted that she may not be remembering the car correctly. Demers stated that when she brought the Thanksgiving leftovers, there were 2 kids jumping around in the back seat, and she did not see Harmony in the car. At the time, SM was approximately 2.5 years old, and DM was approximately 10 months old. It is extremely unlikely that a 10-month-old would be jumping around, and therefore investigators believe that Demers may have seen Harmony without realizing it was her. L. Facebook and Google search warrants. We like to see the Google searches, right? Imagine what we'll learn at the trial. Okay, so they say during the investigation, search warrants were obtained for Facebook and Google records relevant to the time period of late November or early December of 2019. Location data from Google was consistent with the Montgomerys staying in the Colonial Village parking lot from approximately 11/27/2019 through 12/08/2019, which corroborates Kayla's account of the time period that they stayed there. In addition, another witness interviewed during the investigation, Kimberly Frayne, recalled personally interacting with the Montgomerys while they were staying in the Audi in the Colonial Village parking lot during the overnight hours of 12:07 into 12:08 of 2019. Frayne went to help the Montgomerys because the Audi had died and Kayla was worried the family was in danger from the cold. Frayne said that she did not see Harmony at that time and it was only Adam, Kayla, and the 2 boys. Facebook messages exchanged between Matt Gendron and Kayla Montgomery also confirmed this date and time frame, showing Kayla reaching out to Gendron about the Audi having died and being concerned about the cold. December 7 to 8 of 2019 would have been the weekend following the weekend after Thanksgiving. In other words, 1 week after the weekend that Badero testified that he believed the Montgomerys stayed in his Audi. This corroborates Kayla's time frame of when they stayed in Badero's Audi. M. Interviews of Courtney O'Brien and Matt Garcia. On 1/05 of 2022, investigators spoke with Courtney O'Brien, who said her husband, Matt Garcia, had known Adam their entire life. She also said that Adam used to work for her. She related how she and Garcia had seen Adam, Kayla, Harmony, and the two boys Thanksgiving night 2019, and that the family was living out of their Sebring at the time. O'Brien also recalled a conversation that she had with Adam sometime between approximately December 2019 and January of 2020, during which Adam said that Harmony was with her mom, with Harmony's mom, Crystal, right? That it happened really fast, and Harmony wouldn't stop peeing her pants, and she was better off with her mom. On 01/05/2022, investigators also spoke with Matt Garcia separately from Courtney O'Brien. Garcia explained that he and Adam met when Garcia, was 14 years old. He considered Adam to be a friend. Garcia said that the only time he saw Harmony was on Thanksgiving of 2019 when Adam, Kayla, and the kids were living in a car. Garcia told investigators about a phone call that he had with Adam on 12/31 of 2021, which was after news broke that Harmony was missing. Garcia said he asked Adam about the news regarding Harmony, and that Adam said he had talked to police that morning. Adam told Garcia he didn't know why the police were bothering him, and that he gave Harmony back to her mother after Garcia had seen her on Thanksgiving. Garcia said that Adam said, the kid, Harmony, wouldn't stop pissing and shitting everywhere. She was driving me nuts. We were living in the car, so I had her mom come and get her. If only that were true, right? Garcia elaborated, speaking as if he was Adam, that Harmony was having her accidents everywhere, all the time, every 5 minutes. We were living in a car. I couldn't take it. I had to give her to her mom. The information from O'Brien and Garcia is consistent with Kayla's information that Adam would get upset with Harmony over the bathroom accidents and eventually killed her due to her having a bathroom accident in the car. Remember, she was only 5 years old and very traumatized. N. Finding Harmony Montgomery's DNA in the Chrysler Sebring. Investigators located the Chrysler Sebring that the Montgomery family lived in after being evicted from 77 Guilford Street and in which Harmony was killed. This vehicle was the subject of a call for service at approximately 12:11 p.m. on 12/07/2019 at the intersection of Webster Street and Elm Street in Manchester. This is consistent with Kayla's statement in her 06/03/2022 proffer interview that Adam killed Harmony on the day that their Sebring broke down. Tow documents show the tow company was on scene to tow the Sebring from approximately 12:52 to 1:39 p.m. The Sebring was thereafter treated as an abandoned vehicle, and an abandoned vehicle tracking report created by Auto City Collision Repair Center for the Sebring noted that later, on 12/16/2019, there was no power to the dash, and an attempt to jumpstart the Sebring resulted in the car immediately starting to smoke. The Sebring was eventually sold to Hebert's Used Auto Parts in Goffstown, New Hampshire, on or about 1/29/2020, where it was located by Manchester detectives on approximately 1/01/2022. The manager of Hebert's Used, I want to say Herbert's, but it looks like Hebert's. Okay, Hebert's Used Auto Parts consented to the seizure and search of the Sebring by Manchester detectives. When the Sebring was searched, inside of the vehicle, investigators located a pink Trolls electric toothbrush, which was assigned property number JMT7. This toothbrush was submitted to the New Hampshire State Police Forensic Lab, the state lab, for potential DNA analysis. A buccal swab was taken from Crystal Sorry by consent and was also submitted to the state lab for comparison purposes. Upon completion of the analysis, Katie L. Swango, that's a cool name, right? Katie L. Swango, PhD, and criminalist 2 at the state lab issued a report dated January 19th, 2022, where she wrote, "The DNA obtained from the toothbrush JMT7 is from a biological female. The DNA profile obtained from the toothbrush cannot be excluded as that from a biological child of Crystal Sorry based on a comparison of these DNA profiles only. It is at least 108 billion times more likely to see these genetic results if the DNA profile obtained from the toothbrush is from a biological child of Crystal Sorry than an untested, unrelated, random woman. It should be noted that Harmony is the only female child of Crystal Sorry. Based on these lab results, there is strong reason to believe that the DNA profile obtained from the toothbrush JMT7 is that of Harmony Montgomery, and it will be referred to as such herein. Oh, movements of Harmony Montgomery's body by Adam Montgomery. Another trigger warning, because after she died, he held onto her body for quite a few months. I think it was about 4 months, and that's very scary to think about, and not easy to read any of this, but as I say, we're not going to read anything graphic. A. Harmony's body moved from Kayla's mother's residence on Dubuque Street. In her 06/03/2022 proffer, Kayla explained how Harmony's body was moved to various locations over the course of the next several months. She stated that after living in Badira's Audi in the Colonial Village parking lot, that they then moved in with her mother, Christina Lubin, and her mother's boyfriend, John Gallion, at 258 Dubuque Street, Manchester, New Hampshire. Kayla said that when they arrived at the residence, Harmony's body, which was still in a duffel bag, was placed inside of a red cooler with a white top in the common hallway of an apartment building. She stated the body was left there the whole time the family stayed there until the end of December of 2019. On February 18th of 2022, Lubin testified before the grand jury for Hillsborough County Northern District, and during her testimony she explained that in December of 2019, Adam, Kayla, SM, and DM moved in to live with her for 2 or 3 weeks, and they left on December 30th or 31st. Lubin stated that they did not have Harmony with them, and Kayla told her that Harmony had gone back to live with her, Harmony's mother, at a rehab facility in Massachusetts. Lubin testified that during that time frame of December 2019, she was not aware of Adam or Kayla making any effort to get in touch with Harmony or Surrey. She also testified that in that time frame, she did not see Adam or Kayla cry about not having Harmony. After Kayla's proffer interview, I traveled to that address at Dubuque Street and obtained a consent to search from Lubin and Gallion. I explained to Lubin that I needed to obtain a red cooler with a white lid. Lubin stated that the cooler had been in her bedroom closet for 2 years. I asked her if this cooler had previously been in the common hallway, and she confirmed that it was. Lubin and Gallion consented to the search and seizure of the cooler, pictured below. The cooler was submitted to the state lab for processing. According to reports received from the state lab, the results of a screening test performed on samples from the cooler were negative for the presence of blood. In addition, no suitable areas of friction ridge detail were developed on the cooler. So here's a picture of that cooler that they tested. B. Harmony's body moved to Families in Transition Shelter on Lake Avenue. Law enforcement previously knew, and Kayla confirmed in her 06/03/2022 proffer interview, that after leaving her mother's house, the family, Adam, Kayla, and the 2 boys, moved into a Families in Transition Shelter at 177 Lake Avenue, number 1, Manchester, New Hampshire. This was approximately 12/30/2019. In her proffer interview, Kayla said that the Under Armour bag with Harmony's body was brought to the fit shelter as well. Kayla said that Adam placed it in the ceiling vent in the bedroom. Kayla stated that during this time there was liquid coming from the bag containing Harmony's dead body, and there was an odor. She said Adam placed a trash bag around the bag to keep it from leaking. Search of the FIT or fit shelter on Lake Avenue. On 06/04/2022, detectives conducted a search of 177 Lake Avenue, number 1. During the search of the apartment, detectives located a ceiling vent in the bedroom pictured here. So, yeah, they're literally showing us pictures of it right here, as you can see. Okay, so then detectives removed the vent in order to check the top side of the ceiling sheetrock. There, next to the opening for the ceiling vent, detectives located a large area of staining. This area is directly next to the ceiling vent where Kayla Montgomery described that Adam Montgomery put Harmony's deceased body in the Under Armour bag. Detectives noted that this area had a smell consistent with decomposition. The photo below was taken by a detective who was standing up in the ceiling vent hole after the vent was removed. The area of staining is circled. A large section of the ceiling sheetrock was removed and seized, which included the stain, metal framing, and the hole for the ceiling vent. The ceiling vent itself was also seized. The photo below shows the area of sheetrock and metal framing that was seized. The area of staining is again circled. Forensic testing of the ceiling section from the fit shelter on Lake Avenue. The ceiling sheetrock with a metal framing attached together with a vent were submitted to the state lab for serology, DNA, and latent friction ridge fingerprint processing. In a report dated 06/10/2022, Martin S. Orlowitz, criminalist 1 at the state lab, wrote that 13 areas of friction ridge detail were developed, 6 on the metal framing attached to the sheetrock, and 7 on the metal vent itself. In a report dated 07/06/2022, criminalist Orlowitz noted that not all areas of friction ridge detail were sufficient to be identifiable, and some of the areas contained multiple impressions. In all, criminalist Orlowitz noted and analyzed 10 identifiable impressions, 9 from the metal vent and 1 from the metal framing. Criminalist Orlowitz matched all 9 of the identifiable impressions from the metal vent to Adam Montgomery. Ooh, that's some evidence right there. 3 to his left middle finger, 2 to his left little finger, and 1 to his left ring and middle fingers, simultaneous fingers impression. 1 to his left index finger, 1 to his right index finger, and 1 to his left palm. Both Adam and Kayla Montgomery were excluded from the impression from the metal framing, so that impression was subsequently searched through multiple automated biometric identification system databases. As a result, the impression from the metal framing was identified as the left little, ring, middle, and index simultaneous fingers impression of Yared B. Lujano Mondrach. Investigators were able to confirm that an individual by that name was a drywall installer who worked on 177 Lake Avenue in the building. On 06/09/2022, the state lab confirmed that serology testing on the ceiling section produced several positive samples of human fluids. The state lab attempted DNA analysis on the ceiling section, but it was not successful due to what had been explained to me as the presence of potential inhibitors which prevented further analysis. 2 samples were cut from the area of staining and 1 from the framing, and they were sent to DNA Labs International in Florida, as was Harmony's DNA profile as obtained from the toothbrush in the Sebring JMT7, Crystal Sorry's DNA profile as obtained via consent, and Adam Montgomery's DNA profile as obtained via a search warrant. When tested, 1 of the samples from the stain and 1 sample from the metal framing had an insufficient amount of DNA, and no further analysis was performed. The other sample from the stain indicated a mixture of at least 2 individuals with at least 1 male contributor. Due to the complex nature of the mixed DNA profile, it was inconclusive for comparison purposes. Subsequently, the decision was made to send the entire ceiling section to DNA Labs International with the expectation that, seeing the section, analysts there would be able to identify the best areas for testing. Prior to sending the ceiling section, the metal framing was removed. When the metal framing was removed, darker staining was observed under some of the metal framing pieces. This staining appeared to have emanated from the area of staining that was first observed, as if the cause of the first area of staining had also wicked beneath the bordering metal framing. The darker staining was thick in some areas and had a texture, and it had a scent consistent with decomposition. In addition, looking at the bottom of the metal framing that was touching the darker staining, it appeared as if the darker staining had adhered to the metal framing as well. The 2 pictures below show the darker staining under the metal framing. The first picture shows a large part of the original ceiling section that was seized. The area of staining that was observed is circled, and the locations where the original 2 samples were cut can be seen in the circle. The dark staining discovered under the metal framing runs horizontally from the top of the circled area. The second picture shows a closer view of the dark staining. The texture can be observed, as can apparent transfer of the stain onto the metal framing. The ceiling section and removed metal framing were submitted to DNA Labs International for testing. On 08/04/2022, forensic DNA analyst Alan Aykroyd Isales of DNA Labs International issued a report of the analysis of the ceiling sheetrock. The report also notes that 2 samples were collected from the sheetrock, which were then combined into 1 sample. The DNA profile obtained from the sample indicated at least 1 female contributor and was interpreted as 2 contributors, the report noted. The DNA profile obtained from the sample is approximately 4.1 billion times more probable if the sample originated from Harmony Montgomery and an unknown person than if it originated from 2 unknown persons. This analysis provides very strong support for the proposition that Harmony Montgomery is a contributor to the DNA profile obtained from the sample. This report also notes limited support for the proposition that Crystal Sorry and Adam Montgomery are not contributors to the DNA profile obtained from the sample. Further testing was performed on the ceiling sheetrock. In a report dated 9/14/2022, forensic DNA analyst Ackroyd Isales noted that another sample was taken from the sheetrock, which indicated a mixture of at least 2 individuals. Harmony Montgomery, Crystal Sorry, and Adam Montgomery could not be ruled out as possible contributors to the DNA profile. The report noted, the DNA profile obtained from the sample is approximately 1.1 trillion times more probable if the sample originated from Harmony Montgomery and 1 unknown person than if it originated from 2 unknown persons. This analysis provides very strong support for the proposition that Harmony Montgomery is a contributor to the DNA profile obtained from the sample. The DNA profile obtained from the sample is approximately 1.5 times more probable if the sample originated from Crystal Sorry and 1 unknown person than if it originated from 2 unknown persons. Therefore, the strength of support for either proposition could not be determined as the likelihood ratio is uninformative. The DNA profile obtained from the sample is approximately 69 times more probable if the sample originated from 2 unknown persons than if it originated from Adam Montgomery and 1 unknown person. This analysis provides limited support for the proposition that Adam Montgomery is not a contributor to the DNA profile obtained from the sample. Testing was also performed on 2 of the metal framing pieces. One of the metal framing pieces had an insufficient amount of DNA and no further analysis was performed. A sample from the other metal framing piece provided a DNA profile of at least 1 contributor. Harmony Montgomery could not be ruled out as a possible contributor to the profile. Crystal Sorry and Adam Montgomery were excluded as contributors to the profile. The DNA profile obtained from the sample is approximately 1.4 trillion times more probable if the sample originated from Harmony Montgomery than if it originated from an unknown person. I don't know about you, but none of this bores me. I find it really interesting. And all this evidence that they collected and how they tested and everything and how this eventually all comes together to bring us to this moment where Adam Montgomery is about to be on trial. I mean, again, it's another criminal, alleged criminal. Actually, he's a career criminal, but another alleged killer, let's say, who thought he was so smart, right? So on 06/23/2022, Kayla participated in a second proffer interview. During that proffer interview, she described a time when a maintenance worker came to check the vent in the unit at the Fit Shelter, apartment number 1, after a complaint from another resident who Kayla identified as Paula from apartment number 5. Kayla said that once people at Fit started saying that they could smell something, Adam took the Under Armour bag containing Harmony's body, which was inside of a trash bag from the ceiling, put it all inside of another trash bag, and then replaced it in the ceiling. Kayla said that once maintenance was called to check the vent, Adam put the trash bags and Under Armour bag, Harmony's body, into the closet. Kayla stated that when maintenance checked the vent, they said it must have been a dead animal or something because they didn't see anything up there. Paula was identified as Paula Maldonado Fibres. On 07/28/2022, I spoke with Maldonado Fibres via telephone. I'm going to say Paula, okay, instead of saying her surname the whole time. Paula said that Adam, Kayla, and their 2 kids moved into the Fit Shelter about 2 to 3 weeks after she moved in. She recalled Adam one time bringing up his daughter, and when asked where his daughter was, he said that she was with his mother, Harmony's grandmother. Oh, that new story. So instead of saying she was with her mother, this time he said that she was with his mother, Harmony's grandmother. Asked her about a complaint that the Montgomery's apartment smelled, and she said it was her friend Mandy who made the complaint. She stated that Mandy dropped off some clothes for the newborn and noted that the apartment smelled. Paula stated that Mandy was now deceased. I believe Mandy to be Amanda Crosby, who Kayla identified as being a female who lived at the shelter who is now deceased. On 0604, I received a copy of maintenance reports from 177 Lake Avenue. One report stated that on 02/05/2020, while the Montgomerys still resided in apartment number 1, the residents of apartment number 2 noted that there was a slight odor when they turned on the heat. In addition, 02/21/2020, there was a report of a weird smell coming from the vents inside of apartment number 1, which was requested to be looked at. This was the same unit where Adam and Kayla had lived, and it was made just after they moved out. C. Harmony's body moved to Union Street, so it's already been moved a lot. From the broken down car to the Audi to Kayla's mother's house, and then to the shelter, and now move number 5, if I'm counting that all correctly, another address to Union Street, and so it goes on, okay? In Kayla's first proffer interview on 06/03/2022, she had stated that after living at 177 Lake Avenue number 1, they, Adam, Kayla, SM, and DM, moved to an apartment at 644 Union Street in Manchester. Police were previously in possession of a lease agreement that was apparently signed by Adam and Kayla Montgomery on 02/20/2020 for themselves and 2 children to lease 644 Union Street, second floor apartment number 2. Kayla said that when they moved to the apartment at 644 Union Street, they brought Harmony's body with them. She said that Adam put the Under Armour duffel bag with Harmony's body, which was inside 1 or 2 trash bags, into a plastic bin storage container, which was then pushed on a stroller from 177 Lake Avenue over to 644 Union Street, which, if you saw my live stream the other day, is a very scary thought. Oh my word, okay? Imagine just walking past Kayla that day and thinking, yeah, something's up. I don't think you'd think it was this, right? Kayla said that Adam first placed the plastic bin storage container into a closet in the bedroom of 644 Union Street number 2. Kayla said that Adam then at one point took the Under Armour bag out of the plastic bin storage container and that the Under Armour bag was leaking. Kayla said that Adam put another trash bag around the Under Armour bag and placed it into the refrigerator of 644 Union Street number 2. D. Harmony's body moved into CMC maternity bag. Oh man, okay, here we go. Kayla stated that at some point after Harmony's body was in the refrigerator, Adam transferred Harmony's body from the Under Armour duffel bag into a new bag. Kayla stated that this happened in the bathroom. Kayla stated that on the day in question, Adam spent 4 to 6 hours inside of the bathroom at 644 Union Street with the shower running. Kayla then described Adam as placing Harmony's dead body inside of what she described as a Catholic Medical Center maternity bag. This bag was much smaller than the Under Armour duffel bag, and it would not likely fit Harmony's body unless it was dismembered and grossly distorted. Kayla described an odor coming from the bathroom and saw steam coming from the bathroom when Adam would open the door. Kayla recalled the scent of cleaning supplies in the bathroom when Adam had finished up. Kayla stated that afterwards, Adam placed the CMC maternity bag inside of the freezer in 644 Union Street, apartment number 2. She described the refrigerator or freezer as a standard over or under refrigerator freezer combo. After Kayla's first proffer interview, investigators obtained an exemplar CMC maternity bag that they suspected might be the same as the one into which Harmony's body had been placed. During Kayla's second proffer interview on 6/23/2022, she identified the bag shown below as being the same style as the CMC maternity bag into which Harmony's body was placed. In her second proffer interview, Kayla said that Adam actually transferred Harmony's body from the duffel bag to the CMC maternity bag while they were still, so she's always refining the details. Here's the bag, sorry, I scrolled past it really quickly there. While they were still living at 177 Lake Avenue. She said that this happened about a day or 2 after maintenance checked the vent in their unit and that the bags with Harmony's body were in the closet during that 1 to 2 day time frame. Kayla stated that Adam made the transfer to the CMC maternity bag in the bathroom of apartment number 1, zipped the CMC maternity bag shut, and then put it in the closet. That is very scary as well. I know I say that a lot, but my word, this is really the stuff of nightmares. And I mean, I'm sure you've thought it yourself already, right? Elm Street, Nightmare on Elm Street. Like, oh my word, this is the real Nightmare on Elm Street. Okay, so now we're at E. Harmony's body moved to Portland Pie Company freezer on Elm Street. Kayla stated that she herself then brought the CMC maternity bag containing Harmony's body to Adam's place of work, Portland Pie Company restaurant on Elm Street in Manchester, while they were living at 177 Lake Avenue. This was done at Adam's request the same day Adam transferred Harmony's body into the CMC maternity bag. Kayla stated that she pushed SM and DM to Portland Pie Company in a front-back stroller, and the CMC maternity bag with Harmony's body was between the two boys in the stroller. They're probably going to learn that information one day, and that is incredibly scary. Kayla said that Adam kept the CMC maternity bag with Harmony's body in the walk-in cooler at the restaurant for a week or so. The bag was then brought back to 177 Lake Avenue before being brought to 644 Union Street when the family moved. In speaking with former Portland Pie Company employee Cameron Gibney, he stated that he had worked at the restaurant as a server and front of the house manager until about a month before the restaurant closed. It should be noted that Portland Pie Company in Manchester closed on about 03/01/2020. He recalled seeing the CMC bag in the cooler on a couple of occasions on both the floor and the shelf, but never questioned Montgomery about it since he knew he had children. Gibney described the bag as a tote with straps and stated that it was possibly white with red or pink. Gibney confirmed that he had seen Adam Montgomery and only him handling the bag and bringing it in. On 08/23/2022, Gibney was shown a photograph of the CMC bag and confirmed that it was the same bag that he had seen in the cooler. Former Portland Pie Company employee Emily Thompson, who worked as a delivery driver, also vaguely recalled Adam tucking a bag into the cooler but could not remember the details of it. It should be noted that Adam Montgomery worked at the restaurant as a dishwasher and cook between 01/14/2020 and 2/22/2020. These witnesses corroborate what Kayla stated about her bringing Harmony's body in the CMC maternity bag to Portland Pie Company and Adam keeping the bag in the cooler there. F. Harmony's body repackaged in the CMC maternity bag. Are you counting still? Are we at the 7th time that he's moving her body around? Kayla also advised in the 6/23/2022 proffer that she was actually in the 644 Union Street No. 2 bathroom when Adam took Harmony out of the CMC bag. A photo in the bathroom follows for reference. This was taken recently and is only for size or layout purposes. The personal possessions in the photo belong to a different tenant and not to Adam or Kayla. I feel sorry for those tenants, knowing what may have happened there. I'm saying may have because of obviously this is what Kayla's story is, and she seems to change where it happened a few times, right? So Kayla stated that Adam took Harmony out of the CMC maternity bag in the 644 Union Street No. 2 bathroom so that he could add lime to the CMC maternity bag to help with the decomposition of Harmony's body. Kayla explained that Adam dumped Harmony's body out of the CMC maternity bag and into the shower. Kayla stated, and again, trigger warning, you can see I've redacted some of this, but still, this is nightmare stuff, okay? Kayla said Harmony wasn't bones. She had skin, teeth, and hair, and Kayla could still tell it was her. Kayla said that Adam put about half the bag of lime or a little more into the CMC maternity bag, and she showed with her hands that the bag of lime was consistent with a 40-pound bag. Based on Kayla's description of the process, Adam had a difficult time fitting Harmony's body back into the CMC maternity bag. Harmony's body was frozen. So now the part I've redacted is what he did to squeeze her into that bag. Kayla helped cut Harmony's clothes off of her body to make her fit into the bag better as well. Kayla said that she also helped zip close the CMC maternity bag. After the CMC maternity bag finally zipped shut, it went into the apartment freezer. Adam then cleaned out the bathroom with ammonia. On 06/30/2022, Detective Rahil received maintenance records from Dennis Cloutier, who was the maintenance person back when Adam and Kayla lived at 644 Union Street. He's also the current maintenance worker. It should be noted that a service request was executed on 2/27/2020 at 644 Union Street No. 2, where Adam and Kayla lived. The request reads, snake tub and fix leaver. The service request was 5 days after Adam's employment ended at Portland Pie Company. P. U-Haul rented to dispose of Harmony's body. Kayla stated, and by the way, if you guys didn't know, they still have not found her body to this day. Kayla stated that Adam kept the CMC bag with Harmony's body inside of the freezer of 644 Union Street, number 2, until sometime during the spring of 2020. She wasn't sure if it was March or May of 2020 when Adam rented a U-Haul and during the overnight hours made a trip to an unknown destination to dispose of Harmony's dead body. Kayla stated she did not know the location of where Adam dumped Harmony's body. Kayla stated that Adam returned in the morning hours, but she could not recall an exact time. That would have helped. Why would investigators want to know that? Of course, to know, well, what time did he leave? What time did he get back? So they can calculate a radius of how far he could have driven. Because at this point, they just don't know where all he went. Based on what we know. Maybe at the trial, they're going to present some more evidence, but we'll see. Okay, they probably will, right? Kayla, and probably map time. I'm hoping for some good presentations, because some trials have really great visual presentations, especially of the maps and things, and others not so much. So we've watched a few trials together here at Grizzly True Crime, right? Kayla stated that around the time that Adam disposed of Harmony's body, they stayed in the Econo Lodge or Comfort Inn in Manchester, New Hampshire. She said Adam brought the CMC maternity bag with Harmony's body to the hotel and placed it in the mini refrigerator in the room. Kayla said that they were accompanied by Travis Beach and his girlfriend, who Kayla only knew as Brittany. Manchester police know Brittany to be a reference to a specific person, Brittany Bedard. Kayla recalled that Adam went to rent the U-Haul with either Travis, Brittany, or both. Kayla saw the U-Haul from the hotel window, and she described it as a van with a large 1999 on the back, which is consistent with the lettering or numbering on a U-Haul rental vehicle. Kayla said that after the U-Haul was rented, Adam left in the middle of the night at approximately midnight or 1 a.m. Adam told her that he was leaving and he would be back, and he took the CMC maternity bag. She didn't see him have anything else with him. Kayla said Adam didn't want her to know where he was going, in case something like this happened, apparently in reference to Kayla proffering this information to police. Kayla said Adam then returned at approximately 5 or 6 a.m. that same morning. When he returned, he seemed very tired, and he said words to the effect of, "It's done." Kayla said she didn't see the CMC maternity bag after that. It should be noted that in Kayla's second proffer on 06/23/2022, her statements were consistent about the U-Haul and did not materially differ from her original proffer. A corroboration of Adam Montgomery using a U-Haul to dispose of Harmony's body. Around the time that the Manchester Police Department began looking into the whereabouts of Harmony, the department established a 24/7 tip line so members of the public could call in with any information. On 02/26 of 2022, Police Service Specialist PSS Stratton advised that there was a call that came through the Harmony Montgomery tip line. PSS Stratton noted that the tip came from a phone number that they've listed there. I called the tipster, who wanted to remain anonymous. The tipster stated that a Jenny Paris and her boyfriend Travis Beach had come to the tipster's residence a month ago and disclosed that approximately 2 years ago, Adam Montgomery frantically asked Beach if he could rent Adam a U-Haul truck. The tipster stated that Adam did not disclose what the U-Haul truck was going to be used for, but stated that Adam asked Beach in a frantic manner to rent the vehicle. Detective Feliciano located Beach and Paris at 1361 Elm Street in the rear parking lot of the apartment building in their vehicle and attempted to interview Beach. Beach was uncooperative and stated that he would not answer any questions unless it was with his attorney or probation or parole officer. On 03/09/2022, Deputy U.S. Marshal Tufts and I made contact with Beach at the Hillsborough County Probation and Parole Office. I asked Beach to tell us about Adam, asking for a U-Haul. Beach stated that he recalled it was around wintertime of 2019 or early 2020. Beach stated that he had run into Adam on the street in the area of Union Bridge at the convenience store. Adam continued to say, "I effed up. I am so effed." Beach stated that Adam wouldn't tell him what he meant when he said, "I effed up, I'm so effed." Beach stated that he was with Brittany Bedard and that Adam was with Kayla and the 2 boys. Beach was asked if he had ever seen Harmony, and he stated that he had not. Adam asked them to rent him a U-Haul, and he recalled Brittany renting Adam a box truck from the U-Haul on South Willow Street in Manchester. Beach stated that they left from there, and the next day, Brittany called U-Haul to make sure that Adam had returned it, and he had. Beach stated that he had never heard of or seen Harmony, and only knew Adam to have 2 sons. Beach stated that he thought Adam and Kayla were living on the 2nd floor of an apartment in Union Street at the time of the U-Haul incident. Beach was asked if he ever knew Adam and Kayla to have a car, and he stated that he had never seen them with a car. Beach was asked why he hadn't been cooperative initially, and he stated once he saw things in the news, he put 2 and 2 together and thought maybe it was related. As I continued to ask Beach questions, Beach then asked what I was getting at and stated that he wanted an attorney. On 04/20/2022, Detective Raheel and I interviewed Bobby Johnson, an inmate at the Hillsborough County House of Corrections who wished to speak with us about the Harmony Montgomery investigation, specifically in regards to Travis Beach. Johnson has known Beach for 7 to 8 years. Johnson stated that he had a conversation with Beach a few weeks prior at the end of March or beginning of April of 2022. Johnson stated that they were at a substance house getting high and smoking a substance. Beach stated that he had something to tell Johnson that was eating at him. Beach stated that Adam Montgomery was one of his best friends. Johnson stated also present at the time was Beach's girlfriend, Jenny Paris. Beach stated that Adam called him and came over to his place, and Adam said he effed up, that he did wrong and needed his help. Johnson stated Beach's girlfriend then stopped him from saying anything further to Johnson about Adam's statements. Johnson stated the tone of the conversation was that Beach was going to say that Adam killed the child and disposed of the body. He stated that Beach was saying Adam was asking him for a few days to help him get rid of stuff. Beach stated that they drove around the county for the next few days getting rid of stuff. Johnson stated that Beach never mentioned body parts, but it was stuff wrapped in plastic or plastic bags. Johnson also mentioned Adam asking for tools and supplies and included blankets and tarps from Beach. Jenny told Beach not to talk further about it because it could get him in trouble. Johnson felt that Beach was trying to get it off his chest. Beach also stated to him that the police had been looking for him to ask him for information. I asked him who else was there during the conversation, and he stated just Beach, Jenny, and himself. Johnson added that he believed that Beach mentioned the west side of Manchester as areas that they went, and possibly a street starting with the letter C. Johnson also believed Beach was driving when this all happened. On 04/21 of 2022, Detective Raheel and I interviewed Travis Beach at the New Hampshire State Prison with his probation officer, Officer Wright. Beach stated that Adam Montgomery requested that Beach rent a U-Haul for him. Beach did not have a license, so he used Brittany to rent the U-Haul for them. Beach stated that Adam and Kayla were picked up from the Orange Street, Union Street area. He stated that they had children with them, but only 2 children. Beach believed that the weather was starting to get warm, but there was snow on the ground, and that this was probably inside a February or March 2020 timeframe. So think about that, because people ask, well, how long did Adam Montgomery allegedly keep Harmony's body with him? Well, from December 7th until, according to these accounts, February or March of 2020, so a few months. Beach stated that he was staying at the Comfort Inn around this time and that Adam and Kayla were staying at the Econo Lodge. He advised that during this time, when Adam was requesting a U-Haul, Adam approached Beach stating that he effed up. He believed this to be after the U-Haul was rented. Adam never told Beach what he needed this U-Haul for, and Beach never asked. Beach advised that Adam told him that he was having problems with DCYF during this time, and that was why they were staying at the Econo Lodge. Prior to the interview concluding, Beach signed a consent to search for his Facebook account after stating that he and Adam had used this platform to communicate. Beach provided us with his login information, and a preservation was completed for his account, which was identified as Facebook account TDBeach618. After the preservation was completed, I attempted to log into the account, but the login information did not work. In her 06/03/2022 proffer, Kayla explained that the reason why she initially said that the last time she saw Harmony was when Adam dropped her off to work at Dunkin' Donuts was because Adam had told her to say that time frame and to say that Adam was returning Harmony to her, Harmony's mother. She said in essence that Adam told her that she wouldn't get in trouble if she just stuck to the story. On 6/09/2022, Detective Raheel and I conducted a voluntary interview with Nicole Giles, a former tenant of 177 Lake Avenue in Manchester, New Hampshire. Giles lived at the address during the time period when Adam and Kayla Montgomery were residents there and was an associate of theirs. Giles remembers going to the Econo Lodge to see Kayla and Adam during the time when Kayla and Adam were living at 644 Union Street. She advised that she did not go into the hotel room but believed she dropped something off to them. She also believed that this was odd that they were renting a hotel while they also had an apartment in the city. B. Interview with Brittany Bedard. On 06/27/2022, Detective Raheel, Deputy Tufts of the U.S. Marshal Service, and I were in Daytona Beach, Florida, to try to locate Brittany Bedard. With the assistance of the Daytona Beach Police Department, Bedard was located and she agreed to a voluntary interview. We explained to Bedard why we wanted to speak with her. Bedard remembered going to Adam and Kayla's located at 644 Union Street and playing with one of their children. She was able to pull up a photo that she took during that time on her cell phone. The photo was time-stamped at 6:02 p.m. on 03/01/2020. Metadata associated with the photo showed a GPS location at 644 Union Street. Bedard also provided us with her email address at the time. Bedard believed that around that time frame, Bedard, had rented a hotel room at the Econo Lodge. She stated that she believed that she tried to rent a room at the Comfort Inn first, but did not end up renting it due to having to put down a large deposit on the room. She believed that she was refunded for the room and that they then went to the Econo Lodge to rent a room. Bedard stated that when they were at the Comfort Inn with Adam, Kayla, and their kids, she remembers seeing a CMC bag in between Kayla's two children in a stroller. That image won't leave my mind. Bedard remembered staying on the 3rd or 4th floor at the Econo Lodge facing the front parking lot in a room with one queen bed. Detective Raheel was able to get the hotel room information for Brittany Bedard from Econo Lodge, which showed that she rented 2 hotel rooms for 2 nights, 03/03 and 03/04/2020, one being room 216, the other being room 313. Detective Raheel later went to the Econo Lodge and confirmed that room 313 was on the front parking lot side, the south side, and had one queen bed. Room 216 was on the back parking lot side, north side, and had 2 queen beds. Bedard believed that at some point she and Beach went to the U-Haul location on South Willow Street in Manchester to rent a U-Haul. She said that she was in a vehicle, possibly her mother's vehicle, and went into U-Haul to help pay for the transaction. She believed that the transaction was around $30. She claimed that she did not rent the U-Haul due to her not having a valid license. She thought that a taller, skinny white male rented the U-Haul. She was unsure if it was Adam. She stated that she did remember Adam driving the U-Haul sometime after it was rented. She believed that Adam dropped her and Beach off at a 7-Eleven convenience store, possibly on Queen City Avenue in Manchester. Bedard thought that the rental was a smaller 10-foot box truck due to the fact that she had to sit on the ground between the driver and the front passenger. Bedard claimed that this was the only time that she was in the U-Haul. Additionally, Bedard remembered the U-Haul being parked along the back side of the Econo Lodge, along the building on the north side. C. Records regarding the U-Haul. On 6/30/2022, Detective Raheel received contract agreements from 02/29/2020 to 3/5/2020 from Dan Gilmet, who is the executive assistant to U-Haul. The contracts were specifically for 10-foot box trucks and vans due to the fact that Travis and Brittany believed the U-Haul that was rented to have been a box truck, and Kayla believed it to have been a van. Detective Raheel was able to locate a rental that had the name Travis Beach as the additional contract. The rental began on 03/03/2020 at approximately 5:49 p.m. and ended the next day on 03/04/2020 at approximately 1:47 p.m. The rental was from 515 South Willow Street location in Manchester. It was rented by Brendan Middleton. It should be noted that according to the Manchester Police Department's in-house information on file, I know that Middleton is reportedly 6 feet tall and approximately 175 pounds, which is consistent with the taller, skinny white male described by Bedard. The total rental mileage was approximately 133 miles. The rental cost was approximately $32.49 with an additional charge of $104.74, which according to Gilmet was never paid. Interesting. Just one more time, the total rental mileage was approximately 133 miles. The cost was $32.49 with an additional charge. Okay, that additional charge was never paid. Information from U-Haul showed that the $32.49 was paid via a MasterCard having a partial card number of, and then they've got the number there. The subpoena was sent to PayPal on 07/20/2022 for Brittany Bedard's account information. On 7/27/2022, I received information from PayPal confirming the MasterCard used to rent the U-Haul was in fact Brittany Bedard's. Gilmet was able to provide me with the vehicle information for the above referenced U-Haul rented by Middleton. The vehicle was a 2019 GMC Savannah AZ registration, so Arizona, right? Okay, and they've got it there. The GMC Savannah is a cargo van, which is consistent with the vehicle described by Kayla. This vehicle is no longer in the custody of U-Haul and was since sold at auction on or about 5/14/2021. D. Interview of Brendan Middleton. On 07/06/2022, Detective Davenport and I made contact with Brendan Middleton at his address in Manchester, New Hampshire. Prior to meeting, I spoke with Middleton on the phone and stated that I needed to speak to him about a U-Haul. Middleton stated that he had rented a U-Haul for a friend a while back. Middleton ultimately stated that he had picked up Travis Beach and his girlfriend, who he later confirmed was Brittany Bedard, at the Econo Lodge in Manchester a couple years back at night when it was dark out. Middleton stated that he drove them to the U-Haul on South Willow Street to rent a U-Haul because they said that they needed to move furniture or something along those lines. Okay. Beach and Bedard did not have IDs or a debit card, so Middleton helped them rent either a U-Haul van or a small box truck using his debit card, which he stated would be a Bank of America debit card. Middleton stated that he then drove the U-Haul vehicle to the gas station right next to the U-Haul, and Beach and Bedard drove his car and followed. Middleton stated from the gas station he was unsure of which one of them drove off of the U-Haul, where it was taken, or what it was used for. I asked Middleton how he would communicate with Beach, and he stated it would usually be through Facebook or text message. E. Travis Beach's Facebook records. If you're wondering, we're on page 47 out of 54, so we're almost there, and my voice is still holding up. If you haven't yet liked the video, let's not jinx it. Please like and share as well, and if you haven't yet subscribed, please do so as well. Join our community. Okay, let's continue on. Travis Beach's Facebook records. Subsequently, I completed a search warrant for one of Beach's Facebook accounts and discovered communication about the U-Haul rental between Travis Beach and a deleted Facebook account identified as the 5803 account, which is known through this investigation to have been used by Adam Montgomery. Previously, a search warrant was obtained for the 5803 account, but according to Facebook, it has been deleted and no relevant content is available. However, multiple other individuals have identified Facebook messages that they exchanged with the 5803 account as being messages that they exchanged with Adam Montgomery. Travis Beach had a couple conversations about assistance renting a U-Haul on 03/03/2020 with Teresa Morrill, and the Facebook account, I don't even know what all that is. Wait, let's try to do that. Backwards boy, okay. Or debt or something. Anyway, at 11/21/36 EST, Teresa Morrill asked Travis if he was moving after he asked about the U-Haul. Beach stated, nope, Adam Montgomery is. On 03/02/2020 at 13:36:26 EST, Beach stated to the 5803 account. Her mom said a big fat no. Sorry, Bubba. On 03/03/2020 at 9:11:58 EST, Beach messaged the 5803 account and stated, yo, we have her mass whip, call me ASAP. We have her, I don't know, MAS, mass whip. I can't speak this language, okay. Yo, we have her mass whip, call me ASAP. A short time later, they had a call that lasted approximately 2 minutes. Travis Beach also had a conversation with her Facebook account, John Person. Okay. On 03/03/2020 at 19:09:07 EST, Beach indicated that he was in room 313 at the Econo Lodge. This information is consistent with the rental and room number that we obtained from the Econo Lodge. Oh, wish me luck here, guys. Wish me luck, okay? Here we go. We're gonna be reading some of this. Let's hope it's easy. I know we've read through it once before, about 7 months ago. But here we go. Below is a conversation from Beach's Facebook records between Beach and the 5803 account, here referred to as Adam, on 03/03/2020 into 03/04/2020 EST. Adam, yo. Adam, if you awake, call me. Adam, need to talk. Travis, hey, can we use the U-Haul for like 10 minutes? Adam missed a call from Travis. Travis missed a call from Adam. Adam said, no, what's up, bro? Hit me up. And then many missed calls. Travis missed call from Adam, many of them. Okay, how many are there actually? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of them. Okay. Then at 12:16 EST, yo, please let me know when I can come by and grab my stuff, because we only have the car till 1:30. Thank you, Bubba. When you hear Bubba, don't you just think of Alec Murder? Don't you say Bubba a lot? Anyway, moving on. Adam missed a call from Travis. All right, and then there are then calls or video chats between Adam and Travis, which are short. They are between 12:22:18 EST and 12:57:34 EST. Travis at 14:47 says, Pro, what U-Haul? Did you drop it off? Because he just got a text saying the band was supposed to be back at 2, so please let me know what the F is going on. Travis, ASAP. Adam, I dropped it off on a Willow. My word. Okay, I think he means I kept my word instead of like, my word, like I would say it. Adam, please don't message me stuff like this on Facebook again. Oh, okay. Travis says, okay, my bad. What happened again, Bubba? Travis missed a call from Adam. Adam, yo, bro, can you call me, please? I need to talk to you. It's important, very important. Please call me. F. Travis Beach's proffer interview. On 08/09/2022, a proffer interview was conducted with Travis Beach with his attorney present. During the interview, he confirmed reconnecting with Adam and Kayla Montgomery at the Mall of New Hampshire in Manchester, New Hampshire. He stated that over approximately 1 week prior, he and Brittany went over Adam and Kayla's apartment at 644 Union Street in Manchester to use substances. Beach stated this was right before he turned himself into his probation officer on 03/05/2020. Beach stated that Adam asked him for help in person, renting a U-Haul, and he and Brittany assisted in doing so. Beach confirmed the U-Haul was rented on South Willow Street in Manchester for Adam. Once the vehicle was rented, it was brought to the Econo Lodge by Beach and Brittany Bedard, where the keys were turned over to Adam. Beach denied driving the vehicle after the keys were turned over to Adam. Beach confirmed during the interview that he would communicate with Adam through Facebook Messenger. Now, G. Massachusetts Department of Transportation records for U-Haul. On 07/20/2022, I received information, things take time, from the Massachusetts Department of Transportation regarding 3 toll violations involving the above referenced specific U-Haul. AZ Reg. Okay, during the time that it had been rented by Middleton. The 3 violations occurred at the following date, time, locations. 03/04/2020, approximately it's 4:44 a.m., Tobin Bridge Local North. And then that would be, a minute later, Tobin Bridge Local South. And then 03/04/2020, same day, at 5:25, that's an hour later, Tobin Bridge Local North. These times on 03/04/2020 are consistent with the time frame described by Kayla as to when Adam was using the U-Haul to dispose of Harmony's body. The information from MassDOT included photographs taken at the times of the violations. The photographs for all 3 violations clearly show a U-Haul van with AZ license plate AJ78147. Some of the photographs also show the windshield of the U-Haul from the front. However, in the photographs, it's not possible to identify any occupant within the U-Haul van, or even to definitively tell how many occupants there may have been. Employees from MassDOT have explained to me that the top half of these photos, which includes the windshield, is intentionally and automatically distorted for privacy reasons, and the original unblurred version of the photographs have been deleted. Below are photographs from MassDOT of the front and back of the U-Haul van from 5:25 a.m., the toll violations. Okay, so here's those pictures. Okay. Now, Q says forensic testing of locations where Harmony Montgomery's body was stored. As noted previously, the U-Haul van that Adam used to dispose of Harmony's body was sold at auction on or about 5/14/2021. The current owners of the U-Haul van were identified as Robert Bob Wood and his son Joshua Wood, both of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Bob and Joshua Wood consented to a search of the van, which had been repurposed for use in their business, Wood's Cleaning Services. On 9/11/2022, Manchester detectives traveled to Lancaster, Pennsylvania to process the van. The van was processed with Blue Star, which is a chemical agent used to detect hemoglobin, a molecule present in blood, on surfaces where it may not be visible to the naked eye. When the van was processed with Blue Star, there appeared to be a reaction on the right side of the interior step on the driver's side, a faint reaction on the passenger side floorboard, and 2 reactions approximately halfway up the back of the passenger seat along the side of the seat closest to the door. Each of these areas was swabbed, and the swabs are pending further forensic testing. On 6/14/2022, 644 Union Street No. 2, Manchester, New Hampshire, was searched pursuant to a search warrant. Multiple items of potential evidentiary value were seized from the apartment. One item was the sole refrigerator in the apartment, which was a standard over-under freezer refrigerator unit. There were some indications from the owner of 644 Union Street that the refrigerator seized from apartment number 2 on 6/14/2022 may not have been the same refrigerator that was there when Adam and Kayla lived in the apartment. However, he was unable to definitively say whether or not it was a different refrigerator. On 9/8/2022, Manchester detectives processed the seized refrigerator with Blue Star. Upon processing, there appeared to be a small reaction to the Blue Star on the bottom right of the interior of the refrigerator, and 3 significant circular reactions, together with some smaller reactions on the bottom of the interior of the refrigerator. Each of these areas was swabbed, and the swabs are pending further forensic testing. As noted previously, records showed that Brittany Bedard rented rooms 216 and 313 at the Econo Lodge for 2 nights on 03/03 and 03/04/2020. In addition, messaging from Travis Beach's Facebook account shows that he and Bedard were in room 313. This means it is likely that Adam and Kayla Montgomery were in room 216. This room faced the rear north side of the Econo Lodge, which is consistent with information from Kayla about the room she and Adam stayed in. On 7/11/2022, Manchester detectives went to the Econo Lodge to search room 216 on consent from the hotel owner or general manager. The search focused on the mini fridge in the room based on Kayla's statements that the CMC maternity bag with Harmony's body was placed in the mini fridge of the room where they stayed prior to Adam disposing of the bag. The mini fridge was processed with Blue Star, which showed a small, quick reaction underneath the interior freezer space, a small, quick reaction on the area of the interior door where it has can holders, and a small, quick reaction on the bottom of the door. Each of these areas was swabbed, and the swabs are pending further forensic testing. To date, Harmony's remains have not yet been located. Conclusion. Based on the foregoing facts and circumstances, there is probable cause to believe that Adam Montgomery committed the crimes of second-degree murder, tampering with witnesses and informants, falsifying physical evidence, and abuse of corpse. Therefore, I respectfully request that an arrest warrant be issued against Adam Montgomery for the following charges. 1 count of second-degree murder, in that he recklessly caused the death of Harmony Montgomery, a person under the age of 13, she was only 5, under circumstances manifesting an extreme indifference to the value of human life by repeatedly striking Harmony Montgomery on the head with a closed fist. And 1 count of tampering with witnesses and informants contrary to that code, in that he, believing that an official proceeding as defined in that code or investigation was pending or about to be instituted, he purposely attempted to induce or otherwise cause Kayla Montgomery to testify or inform falsely. And 1 count of falsifying physical evidence contrary to that law, that legal code there, where they say he purposely altered, destroyed, concealed, or removed the body of Harmony Montgomery with a purpose to impair its verity or availability in such proceeding or investigation. And 1 count of abuse of corpse, in that he purposely and unlawfully removed, concealed, or destroyed the corpse of Harmony Montgomery or any part thereof. Signed under the penalty of perjury, the penalty for which may include a fine or imprisonment or both, dated October 21st of 2022. So, we have now read the entire probable cause affidavit. As I said at the beginning of this episode, we also recently did a complete case recap, so if you haven't seen that, go and check that out. In the future, I would like to go over Adam Montgomery's police interview with you. Maybe we could also look at either the entire 4-day weapons trial or just parts of it. I'll see how we do that. There's lots of other documents that we could go through as well, especially because things have, progressed since this probable cause affidavit was drawn up and released to the public. So there's lots to discuss before the trial. And then the trial is set to start with jury selection on February 6th of 2024. And it should last for the month of February, is what they say, about a month or so. So we shall see how we deal with that, but I hope that you feel more in the know in the case. If you didn't really know about this case, maybe you'd heard of it or sort of followed it, but as we go layer by layer, I hope that you are learning more details and feel fully prepared for that trial. If you have any information to share with the police, with investigators, there is a new tip line that has been established, which I will put on the screen for you. So please call them if you have any information. You just don't know how something small could really help a lot. So if there's anyone watching this local, or if you knew Adam Montgomery or any of these people mentioned, or maybe you saw the U-Haul truck or someone that looked like Adam getting out, and where exactly was he, that could be helpful information because they haven't yet found Harmony Montgomery's body. I'm going to leave it at that for today. Thank you so much for being here with me as we read through this probable cause affidavit, which is horrifying and heartbreaking. So I really appreciate you being here with me and that we can go through this together. And I will see you in the next one. Stay safe.